there's a lot of there's a lot of laws that that govern um, our universe, and a lot of people would believe that. Um, I mean, when you think about it, they're evident every day. They're evident. They really are. Now, whether or not you acknowledge them, that's something more to do with yourself, because a lot of people know right from wrong. Now, something such as karma, karma and death. Okay, so here's how it works. Let's say uh, you're out, you're at a store, you see somebody that up to that point, who knows what it could have been, but you see this person and you bump them. When you made that action, you immediately chose evil. Now, when you two get into this altercation, this other person, they would be, um, let's say you bump them and then, you get into this argument, you attack them. This person, they would be defending themselves. In the grand scheme of things, you would be the person who was wrong because you have chosen evil. This person now, there is no, as I said, there's no neutrality, but a there's like a middle ground. Now, here's where the middle ground exists between good and evil. The middle ground is a mistake. It's a mistake, meaning that in the attempt to do something good, something bad happened. Not something evil, something bad happened. So it could be something such as you went and you took, your dad's favorite car to the car wash, put it in, and it stripped off the new paint because it was, it could have been anything, something. That comes out as a mistake. And even though most people might assume, yo, that's horrible, that's this, that's that, that's a mistake. That's not evil. When you choose not to, when you choose not to, um, I don't want to use the word like engage, but when you refuse to terminate violence, or you refuse to say any kind of injustice, for any kind of injustice, you are choosing evil. There's no middle ground. And so how that how this how that more so works is like this. Any of your actions that you make, depending on your intention, that right there is what you will be judged by. Now, everyone believes that God judges everybody. And let me get people to understand something before I continue about what God is. And this may upset some people, but God is God is collective. God is not what he was made out to be. And really, pastors, they really come out as being just they're just like snake oil, just snake oil salesmen, because it even says it in the Bible, like, yo, you don't need to be in church in order to have the spirit. And so, see, what it is when people get together collectively, they bring about if you ever go to, say, like a football game and it was held outside, there is an electricity, there's a power in there that is like, it's unfathomable. So it's the same thing. This is the reason why there are mega churches. These churches aren't big for just for flash and whatnot. They're there because they can accommodate a whole lot more people. The more people you get in there, the more power that you can concentrate into that area. And it's true, people do actually become healed after going to those kinds of churches. The reason why is because not anything that the pastor's done, it's because of the amount of people that when you get enough belief into a single place, you can pull anything. And that's what a lot of people don't understand about just earth itself and about being alive here is you can literally make anything happen. We always talk about that. People can make anything happen. That's what your mind is for. But people would choose something such as um like fights or violence or just being rude, anything that is the opposite of what is necessary to, I'll put it this way. God created people and that he is the creator. Everyone says that God is the judge. God does not judge anyone. That's just the truth. God does not judge anyone. You will be judged by your deeds. Everyone will be judged by their deeds. And the thing about being judged by your deeds is that to answer the question, people say, why does God let bad things happen? I always feel like I got some on my lip. So people say, why does God let bad things happen? God does not let anything happen. People let things happen. And so when innocent babies and kids die, things like this, here's here's how here's how death works now. Everyone is given free will. Every person is given free will. And yes, it's true as it says in the Bible, God will put you in a situation and it will be something that is going to tempt you. And it doesn't mean that it's something lascivious or anything, but it means tempt you. A lot of men they were tempted and went right along with it to abandon their posts as fathers. All types of like you would it applies to every choice you make. Now now um when a person goes and they commit a heinous act. So let's say someone goes and they shoot someone in the head. That act right there, that is a mark on a person that cannot be it cannot be like it can't be erased. Okay, that is what is called the mark of Cain. Now, the person who was killed, just right along with you, their deeds are being weighed. When their life is taken, they are going to be judged based on where their scale lies. Now, people who are now innocents, such as like babies, small children, things like that, when they die, those are the ones who immediately go to heaven. Understand what I'm saying? Those are the ones that immediately go to heaven. People who, and the reason why is because a child does not have, when a kid does something, the adult will go to them and they'll say, "Did you mean to do this? Yes or no?" And the kid, did you do this on accident on purpose? And the kid, yes, no, no, yes, no. Like they don't understand, and so you can't hold anything against a child because they don't understand anything. They don't have a concept of right and wrong. Once you have a concept of what's right and wrong, that is when you become accountable for your actions. That is when you start making conscious decisions and you go, okay, well, I'm going to do this anyway, or I'm going to do that anyway. And those are the things that you will be, that will be weighed up against you. If you kill a person, you have already condemned yourself. Okay. Now, as I say with pastors and whatnot, they will really, what it was originally people had always gathered together. They gathered together, and it always brought out the power of God. And the thing, when you're alive, you're animated, you're moving. That's energy. When you think about people who have a lot of dance and they're very ritualistic, those are the people who are able to pull in um, as much of the God form as possible. Now, not to get off track, but when a person chooses to go, they choose, as I just said, then that is a person who they have condemned themselves. When you do other acts, those actions, you can offset those actions by doing something positive. Now, when it is something that is done, that is something done that's like in malice, those things go against you. As said, the only middle ground there is to a mistake. When a mistake has happened, okay, so karma comes into play in the sense that one day you open up the paper and you will read about, they'll say 87-year-old war veteran gun, or robbed and gunned down at the mall or something like this. And just as I said that, the people who are innocent, those are the people that go to heaven. Now, purgatory, what purgatory is purgatory exists as a place for those who have been, and see, this is why you can be killed and it comes with free will, is because any person has the free will to kill another person. But when you choose that, you openly, you willingly know that, and you, like, those are the people that will go to hell. There's nothing, you can't do anything about that. And these are laws that exist. I mean, they're like right out in the open. They really are. And so, um, it's all about your intention. What was your heart like when these things happen? Purgatory exists as a place for those who have actions that have not fully played out yet. And so that is where their deeds are being weighed. God does not judge anyone. Everyone judges themselves. All your deeds will go up on the scale. Um, when you become cognizant of the negative things you've done and you begin to do positive things, that is how you offset um, the bad things, the bad weight that's on that side of the scale. Now, as I was explaining, you open up a newspaper and you see something that says, 87-year-old veteran gunned down. Here's the thing: humans, we have laws that we have that were made up by other humans, and then there are God's laws. God doesn't give to, listen, God doesn't care anything about what we think, like in the sense that, like, there's lots of ridiculous, for example, we have laws concerning property and whatnot all throughout the world. Like, yo, no man owns nothing. No man has the right to no land. Like, this land cannot fall under ownership of no human on this planet. It's just not possible. But yet, think of that. That right there exists, where humans have been cut off from what is naturally theirs by other humans, and they don't even see this. To them, this is normal. All that is normal. How do you build all these houses up along the beach and people don't have access to it? Like, yo, the world belongs to everyone. Now, there are those who are choosing to engage in massive, way more deeper forms of evil. And this thing where, see, and I know, I'm not even big on reading the Bible, but these are things that are known to people. Like, this is written in your genetic code. Like, this is the the story of creation. This is, everyone should know this. Everyone knows this. These people who are already doomed take wars. Humans are sending other humans off to wars. Now, in a war, you assume you're the good guy. So you go, you kill someone, and you say, well, I did this for my country, this and that. Like, yo, that shit doesn't fly. It doesn't fly. And so when you read something about a war veteran being, more than likely in that person's past, they may have killed someone. That's just what it is. Now, when a person is killed violently and it's not their fault or anything, that is someone who goes to heaven. These are those innocent souls. But that only applies for those who have truly committed nothing. Those who have to wait to have their deeds weighed, those are the ones who stand in purgatory. Once yours is done being weighed, like, yo, you either go to heaven, you go to hell. Some people are going directly to hell. God God created this world. Here's the thing about the Bible. Here's the thing about the end of the world. God says that he will create another world, right? And like I said, I'm not even religious, but I just know this. Like, everybody should know this. Is all those people that have already gone to hell. This right here is not hell. This right here is almost like, this is just simply, this place is what was supposed to have been paradise, but it's not. The evil, wicked, vile things that exist here on this earth, all those things, those only exist because humans are the conduit through which they exist. Murder, all types of things. Now, without humans, of course, none of these actions would exist. They could exist, none of it, because all those things have been done through free will. As I said, animals, they operate off instinct, not off free will. How can I put this? Everything that you see, everything that, like, all of this is what God said he would destroy. And the when we speak of heaven and hell, we know that heaven exists in here. Now, it's because people alone can choose. You can choose. This is the whole point of free will. You can choose whether to have heaven or hell. But in the pursuit of your choice, if you subject someone to your malice, okay, whatever happens to that person, they themselves, many of those people are usually innocent, and those people will go. Those are the ones like that go to heaven pretty much directly. Those who have negative, say like negative marks against them, in the sense that, because all, I'm not going to call it sin. This isn't sin. These are just deeds. These are, good deeds and evil deeds. And everything you do is pretty much what you are. I mean, that's what's going to happen to this earth. Is this whole earth, all that's going to be destroyed. Now, those that are going to be in heaven, there's going to be those that will go to hell. And then there will be those who are here who are not done living yet. Some of those people who are living are already condemned to hell. They will go. The other set of people that will be standing in purgatory are those who are here when the end of the world comes. Like, you will have to go there and stand there and wait to be judged because you're not dead yet. That's the whole point. Okay. So, and now, of course, those that are in heaven, those are the ones who will continue. They get all the good stuff and whatnot. The people here, um, God does not care about human law. Okay, human law doesn't mean anything. So here, where we have death penalties, death sentences. We have anything like where it's an eye for an eye. God never said eye for an eye. That is the reason that karma exists. And the thing with karma is that a lot of people become shocked. Excuse me. When it's found out, but karma is there's what we call karma is just a law of the universe. It really is. And karma was monetized right along with um, the church, with the whole prayer service thing, because you don't need to go to church. You can get a lot of people together and still draw that same kind of energy. And so, if you speak things out to the universe, those things will happen. That's what I mean when I say that we can make things happen. Now, what they want you to believe is that they make things happen and you should be given money. Like, God never asked for money. God never asked for none of that stuff. I don't even know where the hell. And it's not to say that I'm immune from it either. It's just I recognize I have the same fate coming as everyone else. This is just shit though that I recognize. Like, this is just something that exists out here in the world. And so, as I said, it may upset people, but when you have someone who dies and they will be dying for one or two reasons, it's either that it's karma or it's someone has made a choice. Like, this person is innocent. So whenever a situation like that happens, it's one or the other. Either one, this person is innocent, or this is karma. You know what I mean? Like, this person has to. If the person is innocent, then the death of this person is something that God handles, and they go immediately to heaven. If you've already killed someone, this is the reason why people say they look at someone who's killed someone and it's like the eyes are just like stone cold, like there's nothing there. It's because those are people who, if you consciously make the decision to take someone's life, you are like, you've lost that part of your humanity. It doesn't exist anymore. You cannot kill a person and still believe you are humane. Absolutely not. That shit is clean out the door. That right there is what you call madness right there. That's you. It's not possible. A lot of the evil things, the deeds and whatnot that exist, those things only exist right here. They will not exist in the new heaven. All those things are what will remain here. Now, those that are stuck here, that's the whole thing about angels and demons. Some of people who don't get the chance, this is going to be, it may sound strange, but some people they're presented with situations in which even at that point they're given a decision and they can choose. And something such as like take abortion, for example. Each one of those is a choice. You choose whether or not to do this or not, and God, as I explained before, God is love. God is life. God is what it means to live. When you destroy life, you destroy God. That's just what it is. I don't make up the rules or anything. Um, those are, and so, and there's no need to worry about, because people say, oh, what about the this and that? Those are innocents that immediately they go directly to heaven. This is what it is. Like, I know the spiel, I know the story. When a person makes a choice and they are not aware of what they are doing, something like that is not held against them. Okay? It does not matter how old the person is. None of that shit matters. They have to fully understand what they're doing. Here's what I'm telling you. Let's say someone steals a bike. Let's say your kid steals a bike. Your kid brings it back home. You're like, yo, don't steal. Stealing is wrong. Stealing is wrong. And then they go and they steal a bike again. And now you're even mad. And you're like, okay, you're not understanding whatever. The truth is that child really does not understand you. They don't understand that stealing is wrong. They only understand that you're telling them that it's wrong. When they come of the age and of the understanding why something is wrong is because now they're able to relate it to the fact that, hey, someone worked hard for this. Of course, naturally, this does not belong to me, and I should not be taking something that does not belong. Like all those things where they fully understand the consequences for their actions. That right there is what holds a person accountable. If a person is having an abortion and they're doing it because they are afraid, they fully don't understand the full. All they know is something such as, "I'm not ready to be a mom, or I can't." But they don't fully understand. Like they are not held accountable. But for someone who fully understands all the implications, every fucking bit and piece of what they're doing, and still go along with it, yes, by God's standards, you are guilty, absolutely. Um, when um, now sometimes free will and instinct do bump heads in the sense that that's where fight or flight comes into play. And someone who, if you're standing somewhere and, someone's running up on you, only you will know whether or not you are going to remain there to fight this person, or if you, because I said that in the sense that if you're someone, you're standing, someone's running up on you, and let's say if you're unarmed, fight or flight's gonna kick in. Now, if you stand there, let's say you're armed, here's somebody running up on you, you decide you're gonna still stand there because you like, I want this motherfucker to say something to me, and they come and they say something to you, and you blow them away. Yo, by God's standards, you are guilty. You in no way, shape, or form are you in the right. You can tell yourself that a million fucking times you're in the right, but you're absolutely not.